I know what it's like, living your life, rolling them dice, taking them chances, not thinking twice, dwelling in strife, looking for sight. They two-faced, they ready to strike. Protect your soul or they stealing your life. Give reverence to Christ and I follow the law. You turn your cheek, they breaking your jaw. They playing for keeps. I carry my cross, never an idol. Baby, a rifle, thunder and lightning. Death to Satan and all his devices. Midst of a crisis, finding some guidance. They losing their life from this hoax of a virus. Speaking this truth, I refuse to be silent. Thank the Lord, the vision he given us. Stand your ground, your stance is legitimate. I know what it's like, spending your life trying to get right, fighting with demons, perilous nights, feeling depressed, giving the stress. I know what it's like, keep doing wrong when you trying to do right, looking for help when there's no one in sight, cast it out and get in and fight. I know what it's like, watching the world change overnight, whole nother game, thoughts rearrange, rekindle this flame, they lost us a game. Our DNA is loaded with pain, it course through our veins and hit like a plague. My ancestors will rise from their graves, resurrected, I know how they felt, strategize with the cards I was dealt, don't want to be heard, I'd rather be felt. I know what it's like if nobody else, must keep to yourself, hear the whispers of death, mask off, don't get stripped of your breath, back to the wall, we giving them hell, cross the line, we giving them shells, we shall prevail, ready to bail, won't say a word with a story to tell. There's nowhere to run to lately, and there's nowhere to hide. I know what it's like, you've been running all your life. There's nowhere to run to lately, and there's nowhere to hide. Ain't nowhere to run. I know what it's like, spending your life trying to get right, fighting with demons, perilous nights, feeling depressed, giving the stress. I know what it's like, keep doing wrong when you trying to do right, looking for help when there's no one in sight, cast it out and get in and fight. I know what it's like, spending your life trying to get right, fighting with demons, perilous nights, feeling depressed, giving the stress. I know what it's like, keep doing wrong when you trying to do right, looking for help when there's no one in sight, cast it out and get in and fight. I know what it's like. Gotta stop running. The Most High calling you back. Wake up. Wake up. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. Welcome to another broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very informative and enlightening topic. I see y'all rolling in the chat pretty quick. As you enter the chat, just hit the thumbs up on the way in. It allows the video to fluctuate through the algorithms. It will be highly appreciated. I see y'all coming in. I see DJ Tatted, the messenger. That's what it do. That's what it do. Y'all throw some flame emojis in there for all of the moderators. And that song you just heard, let's just not blow past that track right there. Let's not just, give that track any slight, right? If you like that track, it's called Know What It's Like. You can find it on New Breed Music and Motivation. Go over there and subscribe. There's lots of great content over there and lots more coming. Yes, indeed. I see y'all rolling in. Y'all seem real enthusiastic for tonight's lesson, and I'm glad you are. I want this live chat to be nothing short of interactive. Feel free to give your testimonies, to give your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas. Allow yourself to contribute to this particular stream because a lot of y'all be narrating a lot of this content. So I gotta shout y'all out. Today we're gonna talk about how to spiritually level up. Yes, indeed. And this is very important because, we're some very spiritual people. We're some very, very spiritual people. And there's a lot of tricks, there's a lot of snares out there in the world that you can get easily caught up in because we have this desire. We have this desire to be outside of this celestial realm. We really want to visit. We desire to visit the terrestrial realm, as we call it. That's how much we want to be one with our Creator. That's how much we want to tap into our skills. That's how much we want to get into our natural impulses and our innate spiritual nature. We just end up falling for certain snares and tricks because we desire to be very spiritual people. And it's important that we watch for these snares, and it's important that we understand how to rise up spiritually, how to make it to the next level, how to elevate, how to level up from a spiritual standpoint. And when I say we some spiritual people, I'm talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. There's 12 tribes in one nation. You did? I'm talking about God's chosen people, the elected. We're very spiritual. And often we get caught up in these snares and these tricks. Now, in this particular stream, I'm going to share a source with you all that I'm going to react to. You know how we do on these particular streams. And I'm also going to go to some scriptures. And I'm going to really break it down how we rise up spiritually. Because people nowadays genuinely believe that there's a magic formula. And I mean that in a literal sense. Magic. They believe it's a magic formula to get spiritual success. And we know that what happens in the spiritual realm manifests into the physical. That's why you got all these witches, warlocks, sorcerers, diviners on social media. And what they're doing is they're trying to teach you how to manifest items, objects, and material possessions using divination, witchcraft. A lot of these people utilize manifestation books, manifestation journals. They often get involved in idolatry. They often believe that they got to burn sage. They often believe that they got to burn candles, that they got to take something from the outside, an inanimate object. It's usually an inanimate object that they feel like they got to use to bring themselves to the next level spiritually. And they believe that it's going to equivalent to success physically. And the Bible gives us a whole step-by-step playbook. The Bible is the step-by-step playbook on how we can become successful spiritually, and then it will manifest physically. All right. Now we're going to go there. But before we do, I want to go to one chapter, and then I'm going to go ahead and go right to my source. All right. I ain't going to waste too much time going to my source, because this source is going to show you how important it is to stay away from these seducing spirits that's being introduced to the people. All right. But first and foremost, in order for us to uplift spiritually, we got to understand how real the spiritual realm is. You know, some people are in denial. A great deal of people are in denial. They don't believe that the spiritual realm exists. They think that we're just flesh and blood. They think that we're just skin, eyeballs, limbs, bones, etc. They don't believe that there's a hidden realm. There's a world that you cannot see, that things are happening around us. They truly don't believe that. They believe that you're just here and then you're gone. All right? So since that's the case, we got to establish from a biblical standpoint that there are more than one realm that exists, and the functions and operations of these two realms are different. All right? Now, first of all, let's go to 1 Corinthians. Give me one moment here. And y'all go ahead and mash the thumbs up on this video. All right, we in 1 Corinthians, and I'm pulling it up here. And we're going to start off in 1 Corinthians chapter 40. All right, verse 40, pardon me. Thank you for the contribution. I already see $26 in the super chat. Thank y'all for contributing to this work. Highly appreciated. So we're at verse 40. That's 1 Corinthians verse 40. And it reads, there are also celestial bodies and terrestrial bodies. Let me repeat that. Make sure I'm projecting. Y'all can hear me. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. All right, so what the Bible is establishing right here is that you have mortal bodies, and there's also bodies in the terrestrial realm. All right. In the terrestrial realm, there's spirits, there's demons, there's angels. Their ways are another fashion from our ways. Their desires are from another fashion from our desires. Um, the rules are different between the two worlds. There is a realm that exists, and there are actually bodies in this realm. We're talking about demonic forces and we're talking about angelic forces. They're there, you just cannot see them with the naked eye. So this is why we tend to have these impulses and these desires to cross over to the other realm. And that's what really acts as a magnet to witchcraft, because especially quote unquote black women, and I use that terminology very loosely, but black woman, the original woman, she's very spiritual in nature. You're talking about the mother of all life. She birthed civilization as you know it. The quote unquote Nubian queen. She birthed civilization. So naturally, she's going to desire to be close to the spiritual realm, because that's a very powerful spiritual, I would say, affection that they have. Now, I know this for a fact. Brothers, any of you brothers ever been around a woman when she's pregnant, right? When a woman is pregnant, she begins to feel more. She can desire more. She can hear more. Her nature begins to kick in. She has a piece of wisdom that you don't quite understand, all right? Because she literally has a life forming in her womb. You understand? She has a life forming in her womb. She's creating. So she becomes very spiritual. But that's all of our women from the diaspora, from the 12 tribes, one nation. They all have this spiritual nature. So they often gravitate towards the wrong side. They often try to gravitate towards witchcraft. All right. Now, let's repeat that verse here. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So it's two different realms, two different fashions. All right. Verse 41. There was one glory of the sun. Oh, wow. I just skipped on my computer. Pardon me. There was one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differ from another in glory. All right. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption. All right. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. So on one end, when you gain a body that's incorruptible, when you cross over to the next side, you then become incorruptible. But see, in this realm, in the flesh realm, everything here can be corrupted. Everything can be corroded. Everything can rot. Everything can die. You know, you take a piece of fruit, it lives, and then if you have it in your refrigerator for 5 months, it's going to die, right? So that's the difference. That's the difference between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. On one side, there's death. And on the other side, it's pretty much eternal. All right. Now let's continue. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. So when you're born, you're a natural body. When you're raised, when you pass this test, you then become a spiritual body. There's a natural body and there's a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. Adam was made a quickened spirit. Howbeit? That was first, which is spiritual. But first, you start off in the spiritual realm. Even before Adam placed his feet here on this earth, he started off in the spiritual realm. So it starts in the spiritual, it then manifests physically. On the physical realm, it's only temporary. And then it is then raised again to the spiritual realm. So right now, while you're living, while you're breathing, while we're talking to each other, while you're in this chat, we're simply in the middle grounds. We're in the transition period. You started all spiritual, You ended up here, you in the middle grounds, and then when you pass on to the next level, then you reach the spiritual grounds once again. All right. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's what happens to your body. That's why I don't understand for the life of me why people can become materialistic, why people can become wicked and evil and hold on to the things of this earth and become selfish and don't want to give to the homeless, don't want to give to the poor, don't want to help nobody because, at the end of the day, everything here is temporary. Long as you got food, clothes, shelter, and raiment, I don't get what the deal is. Baby Boy Masculinity TV, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says salute new breed. That new age Markalay is a tempting path when you are in wake up kindergarten. Glad to catch you. Your comment is second to none. Your content is second to none. Thank you, my brother. All praises to the Most High. And I'm not familiar with the new age Marlaki. That's something I'm gonna have to study there and break it down and decipher it to make sure nobody else get caught up in it. But it damn sure don't sound biblical. But thank you for your contribution, brother. Highly appreciate it. Now that we established that the spiritual realm is real, I want to go to a source. And this source is actually quite interesting, to say the least. Now, for some reason, my monitor seems to be moving a little bit slow. So y'all kind of bear with me here. I'm not sure why it's moving this way. Just got that internet hookup. Went with AT&T this time. Let's see how AT&T gonna do it, brother. And also, hit the thumbs up on this stream, y'all. Let's allow the video to spread. Y'all gonna be getting a lot of content this week. I'm gonna try to go live every night this week. All right. But let's go to this source here. The source I'm going to is the 700 Club. The 700 Club. All right. And this particular short documentary, well, it's a clip. It's 5 minutes. It's called "Surviving the Snare of the Occult." Surviving the Snare of the Occult. I'm going to play this and I'm going to chime in. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Again, y'all, just bear with me because it's just, I don't know, my monitor is freezing here. Let's see. Somebody said it's lagging. If everything is functioning properly, y'all go ahead and bang a 1 in the chat. Y'all give me one moment. Not sure what's going on with this right now. I hope the internet didn't go out. It was just actually installed today. Cool. Everybody said it's good. That's great. I actually think it's my computer because it's like just freezing all together. I'm gonna allow that to load up just a little bit, y'all. Patience is definitely a virtue. I'm gonna let it get a few seconds. Okay, let me make sure we are connected. Yeah. Says we have an excellent connection. All right. Most definitely. All praises to the Most High.
Who I became comfortable being around. She spoke to me and she said, "Alicia, I want to tell you something."
Okay, let's start from the beginning here. All right. Thank y'all for being patient.
She was someone who I trusted.
Again, this is called "Surviving the Snare of the Occult."
Who I became comfortable. She was someone who I trusted, someone who I became comfortable being around. She spoke to me and she said, "Alicia, I want to tell you something." And she said, "I'm involved in the occult."
Alicia Sweeting Miller was 13 years old when she met Lorona, a school teacher who told Alicia she had psychic powers.
And she said that I've seen the gift in you. I've seen the gift in you, and that's one of the
Be careful of anybody who approaches you talking about they got psychic powers. All right? Be very careful of that. And this is predominantly directed towards women out there. Because women being such spiritual forces, you know, you often want to tap into that divine feminine, as you would like to call it. But really what it is you're just the mother of creation. And you want to tap into that so bad because naturally you're spiritual. But listen, a lot of the times it be women coming at y'all who seem to be very nice ladies to be around. And here's the issue. A lot of females are haters. A lot of females, they just downright wicked. They're always in secret competition. They're always just looking you up and down, sizing you up and whatnot. But these witches, on the other hand, are very friendly. All right? They're very friendly. They're subtle. They're soft spoken. They know how to appease to another sister. They know how to make you feel good and empowered. So when they come at you, hey girl, you got a gift. You know, you may have some abilities. You may can see into other dimensions. You may have a real skill that you just need to tap into. And that may seem intriguing to you. It may seem intriguing to you because unlike other women, they're very nice and friendly. They're very approachable. And a lot of the times witches be beautiful. A lot of witches be the most beautiful women in the world, bro. When I tell you this, believe it. A lot of witches be the most beautiful. What they show you on TV with the bump on the nose and looking all shriveled up, flying on a broom, that's not what witches look like. Now you got to understand that Satan, he even appeared like an angel of light. Even Satan appears like an angel of light. So he's going to use a beautiful vessel to intrigue others. You understand? He's going to use the most beautiful creature known to man to intrigue others. But listen to this sister's testimony. This testimony is deep, yo. So basically at 13 years old, she met a sister that said, hey, I think you had, basically the sister said she has a psychic gift. So listen. All right, so the computer's still freezing. I'm not sure why this is acting up, y'all. Please bear with me. And it's some really bad weather outside. It's raining. Might have something to do with it.
The reason why I was drawn to you, I was attracted to you, and so I believe that I could help advance this gift.
At the time,
So the sister says she believes she has a psychic ability, so I was drawn to you. I believe that I can help you advance this gift.
Alicia was living in Jamaica, where her parents raised her in church. In fact, just months before, she had given her life to Christ.
It was really genuine. I was really excited because I knew for a fact that if I had died that time, I was in the right place or right standing. And I just began to spread the good news that I was now a Christian. I was now serving God.
At first, Alicia was wary of Lorona, but there was also something intriguing about her new friend.
I began to think that, okay, if she was a witch or if she practiced this thing, maybe she was a good person. Maybe she was a good witch. I began to think about all the shows that...
There's no such thing as a good witch. And you see, she thought about all the shows like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and all of these programs that come on to make people believe that there's a such thing as good witch and bad witch. No damn such thing. All right? It's no such thing. All witches are bad. All right? The TV itself ain't nothing but a rectangular box of sorcery. All right? A square box of sorcery is what the TV is. They use crystals to create the TV itself. Understand, when you can have a monitor that's projecting images the way it is, they made the TV out of wizardry. You understand? They took the TV, created it, used crystals to formulate the pixels and pixelated it. They went into some high levels of sorcery and magic to even create the television itself. So what you see on the TV a lot of the times is it's just straight up witchcraft. Even when you watching the news and you watching, what appears to be human beings on the news. Look, they using demons. They listen, you looking at demons in meat suits a lot of times on TV. But anyway, let's go ahead. She believed that there's good witches and bad witches.
I was seen on television, I began to be in denial as to what she really was.
Little by little, she introduced Alicia into the occult, using tarot cards, meeting spirit guides, and summoning spirits.
There was one evening I decided I was gonna summon the demon. Suddenly
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I get countless emails about tarot cards, crystals, mirror gazing, burning sage. I mean, it's almost to the point where I know for a fact that the Christian church is no longer a factor. The Christian church is a non-factor. Most people don't attend these churches. It is what it is. The battle is not against the Christian church because people are leaving in droves. They have no spiritual validity right now. To be honest with you, the youth of today, brothers and sisters between the ages of 18, man, let's go younger than that. Brothers and sisters between the ages of 13 and 40 are getting caught up in a new age. What they're seeing online. Most people are getting caught up in witchcraft. They call it African spiritualism. African spiritualism is another thing that is catching the people by the bulk. You understand? But listen, let's go into this. I don't mean to be long-winded. Let's try to go back a little bit because, I've been given a lot of dialogue here. I'm going to let it flow.
Spirits.
There was one evening I decided I was gonna summon the demon. Suddenly I felt a jerk. And the only thing I remembered after that was walking down the streets in the traffic. A couple neighbors were there. They were saying all sorts of stuff like maybe it was drugs and she was on drugs and this thing was driving her out of her mind.
Damn, that demon possessed her and had her walking down the street looking zooted and booted. She channeling spirits. The demon basically used her body as a portal and had her walking on the side of the road near traffic. That demon was about to throw her ass in traffic. You see how dangerous this is playing with this stuff? She playing with cards and the demon grabbed hold of her. Eyes rolled in the back of the head and everything. She got up like a zombie, right? And walked her ass by traffic. It's a miracle that demon ain't just throw her ass in the damn traffic. I'm telling you, this stuff is dangerous.
As she delved more into the occult, Alicia enjoyed the sense of control she felt it gave her.
I wanted to have that.
How she enjoyed the sense of control that it gave her, but her ass didn't have no control over her own body when she was out here playing in traffic. Oxymoron.
And recognition. I wanted to be known about becoming one of the world's powerful witches.
She said she wanted recognition and wanted to be known. See, this is why this video is so very, very important. For the life of me, I don't understand why so many brothers and sisters are selling their souls to be known, to be popular, to have money, to have finances, to have material possessions, to have notoriety. Don't you know the Most High God can give you all of those things? Here it is, 2000 something odd years later, we still talking about biblical characters. We still talking about King David. We still talking about King Solomon. We still talking about the one they call Jesus, which is Yeshua or Yeshua, Christ. We still talking about biblical characters from all that time ago. But we believe that we got to sell our souls to have some notoriety. Come on, man. Don't need it, man. Satan is a damn liar. He's waiting to trick brothers and sisters. You can get it on your own. Hard work will get you there. Satan will give you the quick fix. That's why I tell you, ain't no magic formula for success. Listen, it's hard work, dedication, prayer. Oh, I'm going to get into how you rise spiritually. Let me not put the cart before the horse. I'm going to talk about how to rise spiritually using the Bible.
And I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and no one telling me what to do.
Alicia moved to the Bahamas to delve deeper into occult practices. She also became an angry and vengeful woman, ready to cast a spell on anyone who crossed her.
At the time, I always believed that no one would do me anything and get away with it. I would have to get you back. And it would have to be worse than what you did to me. You know, I had this vengeance in me, and I felt as though I had to be my own God.
She said she had this vengeance in her. She felt she had to be her own God. 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 Now, how many times do you hear your favorite YouTuber, unless your favorite YouTuber is New Breed to the world over and a select few others, but how many times do you hear your favorite YouTuber say, you are your own God? That makes you feel so empowered, right? Sounds so powerful. You your own God, so you're in control of your destiny. You control the narrative of your life. You can switch and change the trajectory by using some cards, by using a crystal ball. And some of the practice be out there, y'all. Some of the emails that I receive, you got people burying people's drawers. I'm talking about, I'm dead serious. Talking about people taking locks of people's hair, burying it in the backyard, digging it up, and just all kind of just inordinate, strange practices. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Early 20s, Alicia was a well-known witch, making great money reading fortunes for conventioneers. Then, one evening, Alicia had a visitor.
I was coming from Paradise Island, and that night I did one of the biggest reading of my entire life. I think I read for almost 1,500 persons. And as I was driving over the bridge, it felt as if though someone else was in the car with me, and I began to look over my shoulders, look in the mirror to make sure that no one else was in the car, and I began to...
That was Satan riding with her. Satan was riding shotgun with Shorty. I'm telling you, man. He was riding shotgun. I know what she felt. I know she felt the hair on the back of her neck stand up. I know she was feeling all kind of evil presence. I know she was nervous. She ain't even telling y'all the whole story. I'm going to add to it. She probably pissed on herself. She ain't going to go into details like I'm going to go into details. But trust and believe. Listen, people who get involved in these practices, they experience all of it. They be terrified beyond means. It ain't nothing to play with when you trying to cross over to the terrestrial realm using these practices.
To think to myself, wonder if I picked up a spirit that was over there. That night when I got home, I felt as if though I was dumb. I felt like I couldn't talk. And I laid in the bed that night and I could not sleep. But I felt like I could not get up out of the bed to open the door, and I could not open my mouth to say, hey, I'm in here.
Yep. She was having sleep paralysis while she was awake. So Satan was trying to, this what was happening. She went and did all those readings, and those spirits, a legion of demons, was trying to drag her spirit right on about her body. And she went through what we call paralysis, sleep paralysis. For those who are not familiar with sleep paralysis is, that's that feeling when you wake up, right? You've been asleep. You wake up and it feel like somebody's holding you down by your wrist. You can't move. You can't yell. Your mouth is doing this, but nothing's coming out. You sitting there screaming, you yelling, but you can't move. You are totally stuck. It's called paralysis, sleep paralysis. And what that means is a demon is riding you. A demon is riding you. So if you experience sleep paralysis, don't listen to listen, I'm not a medical physician. Let me put the disclaimer out there. I don't want to alert WHO. I'm not a medical physician, but I find it unnecessary to get medication to treat sleep paralysis. In my opinion, from someone who experienced it in the past, I know that it comes with prayer. It comes with deliverance, getting rid of sleep paralysis, especially if you're getting it frequently. That's something that it's a demon there. It's literally a spirit in your house that needs to be casted out immediately. Thank you for the $5 contribution. Somebody said, brother, read us Acts verse 16. It validates that fortune telling is demonic possession. Absolutely. We're going to get into the scriptures. Oh, actually, post that up for me, brother. Post it up for me. Because since my computer is moving slowly, if you can post it up, I'll read it. Because we're going to go there, though. We're going to go into the scriptures for sure. Butterfly says, New Breed, what do you feel about solfeggio frequencies? It said that 528 is the God frequency. So I've been feeling that it's okay because of that. But do you think about solfeggio frequencies? There's so much stuff out here. Brother, I'm not going to answer that, brother or sister, not sure. I'm not going to answer that until I do my research. All right. I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't sound right. And this is why we use the Bible as a barometer to what we practice. You understand? That's why we use the scriptures. But let's continue this here. I don't see the brother posted in Acts, but we're going to go into the scriptures about divination, sorcery, magic, the whole nine. All right, it's freezing up on me. Y'all bear with me. And also, if you gain an edification in this stream, y'all go ahead and hit it with a thumbs up. Hit it with a thumbs up. Thank you for the $5 contribution, RJ. RJ says, all praises to the Most High in Christ's name for the wisdom and knowledge provided through and you to provide to help his people. All praises to the Most High. Okay, we got that scripture, Acts 16. Now what happened as we went to prayer, that a certain slave girl possessed with a spirit of divination met us, who brought her masters much profit by fortune telling. Boom! Right there on the money. I told y'all, when y'all nothing short of interactive, y'all narrate a lot of these live streams. All praises to the Most High. The spirit is moving right now because that
Alicia began to feel pressure.
That scripture right there just told you exactly what this sister was going through. Exactly. To a T. The Bible is where it's at. But let's continue.
On her chest that felt like a heart attack.
I begin to think to myself, I'm going to die. Only in the movies, when I watch the movies, that someone is going to die, that their entire life begin to flash across their face just like this. And so I begin to say, if I die, I don't want to die like this.
For the first time since she was 13, Alicia prayed to God.
And I said, you know, God, if you spare me.
They all pray to God. Listen, no matter what you call yourself out, when you are dying, when that heart starts to palpitate, when that spirit starts to lift up out of your body, no matter how prideful and arrogant you are as a person, no matter how atheistic in beliefs that you are as a person, you will call on the Most High. I promise you, each and every time you're going to call on the Most High God. When the Bible tells you every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess, it means it. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Not only on the return of Christ, but when you're on that deathbed, you're going to call on the Most High. You can say whatever you want. God ain't real, the Bible ain't real, this ain't real, that ain't real. Oh, better believe when your spirit is leaving, when death approaches, when that angel of death is by your bed and it's ready to snatch your soul up out your body, better believe you're going to call on the Most High. You're going to be, and listen, and if you ain't live right, if you didn't know the Most High, you're going to be very, very, very afraid. Very afraid. Can't even put the terror into words, what you're going to feel if you don't turn over to the Most High and get rid of all these satanic practices that these spiritual leaders got you following. Demons are spiritual. All right? Just because somebody come in the whole auspice of being spiritual, that don't mean a damn thing. Demons are spiritual.
If you give me one more chance, I would serve you. I want to change my life. I want to turn things around. I promise you that I will serve you for the rest of my life, and I will tell others about you and about what you did for me.
The presence left. Afterwards, Alicia called Lorona to tell her she was through and started reading her Bible and praying daily. One Sunday, she went to church.
The message was that Sunday morning was starting over again. And as the pastor began to preach on Sunday, I began to cry, and it felt as though I couldn't stop.
Sunday worship is pagan, for those who don't know. The Sabbath day is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So she went from one bad to a little bit better. But all in all, we got to understand how vast the Most High can operate. So, yeah, she went into a church, but still, the Most High was speaking to this young lady regardless. Maybe, I don't know where she at now. I'm pretty sure this documentary was done several years ago. But, you know, I would like to see where she at now, honestly. Because right now, in this modern time, listen, these churches are a non-factor. The Christian church, as we know it, modern Christendom, is a damn non-factor. Only people who are spiritually dead, who want to continue to live in sin, are continuing to go to these churches when they're telling you the laws, statutes, and commandments of God are done away with. Only people who choose to sin, when there's so many other people out there teaching the Bible in its entirety. Now, if you're an individual who is in these churches and you're just learning, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm pretty sure there's a few people sprinkled in there who really have the right spirit. But as you can see, the Most High is extracting people up out of these churches to get the full spectrum of the Bible. Instead of a pastor who's cherry picking the scriptures in order to basically feed his pockets, you know, out there being an opportunist, lying to the people, letting the people live in sin and not tell the people about their sins and their trespasses. Not telling the people that, listen, we live in wicked, we live in foul. That's why we destroyed as a people. Instead of them getting in the churches telling them that, they're being pacified. So old pastor can keep fattening his pockets and aligning his pockets. But she went from the occult to the Christian church, and I do believe the Most High was somehow speaking to her, trying to pull her out, because usually the Most High don't just snatch us out of wickedness all the way to the truth. He don't snatch us from wickedness all the way to the truth. Normally, the Most High, he tugs us, he reels us back in. It's like a tug of war battle on our souls. Like, look, you've been acting up. Look, first you get the slap, first you get the affliction, affliction, conviction, the whole nine, the pain, and then he start reeling you in. Then he start reeling you back to some similitude of truth. Y'all hit the thumbs up on this live stream too, man. We got a thus amount of people in the room, and we got a thus amount of likes. I'm not sure if we got a lot of witches watching or what. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, is there a lot of people who enjoy witchcraft in here? What's going on here? All right, let's see. Thank you. I see the numbers rising. Appreciate it.
And I cried the entire service, and everything was just coming to me. The things that I did, the persons who I may have hurt, maybe physically, maybe mentally, maybe persons who have shut out of my life, persons who have hurt by my words.
When Alicia got home, Lorona was waiting for her.
She began to say that, what are you doing? These, Christians have you brainwashed. What are you thinking? What are you doing? And yet I got so bold and I said, you know what? Get out of my house. I don't want to see you in my house anymore. And I took out the cards, the rune cards, the tarot cards, the angel cards, all the cards that I had.
So the witch that actually introduced her to that lifestyle, she told her, look, I'm following the Bible. I'm following Christ. And she was like, look, they got you brainwashed. And she's like, look, I'm done. You didn't experience what I just experienced playing with this. She was like, get the hell out of my damn house. Which that's what she should have did. She kicked her out of her house. She got rid of the cards. She got rid of all of witchcraft, all of that. But listen, I want to put something in perspective. The Most High saved her life. He made sure that she didn't die. That demon didn't snatch her soul. I'm going to just put it out here. A lot of y'all witches in early stages of practicing witchcraft, be honest with you. A lot of y'all not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. A lot of people coming up in this day and age, in this modern society, in the age of information, who want to play with these things, they are not going to, the Most High is not going to spare a lot of these people who practice in witchcraft, who don't want to turn from their ways. He's not going to spare them.
Just begin to take them out one by one, and I begin to drop them in the fire, and I lit them a fire right there. And when the fire was over, I just fall to my knees and I begin to cry out to God. I said, God, this is it. There's no turning back now. You know, I made up in my mind that 100% I'm going all the way. It ends tonight. You know, it's all gone. There's nothing else that I have in my house that represented the occult. There's nothing that I had in my house that represented the kingdom of darkness. I started to surround myself with persons who were more, you know, into God, and persons who were Christians. They began to counsel me, to do deliverance sessions with me, and it caused me to grow spiritually.
Alicia was recently married and became an
She said it caused her to grow spiritually. It caused her to grow spiritually. Thank you for the super chat, Marissa Dartez. Highly appreciate your $50 contribution. Blessings to you, sister. She said she began to grow spiritually. Grow. So witchcraft, sorcery, everything on the outside, none of that helped her grow spiritually. And she found herself a husband.
ordained minister. She continues to grow in her faith and loves to share her story with others to help them avoid the snare of the occult.
God saved me for a reason. Now,
Geraldo, thank you for the $20 contribution. Your comment reads, know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thus saith the Lord. No deception or strong delusion here. The Lord's soldiers, we on it. All praises to the Most High. All praises. All praises. Thank you for contributing to this work, my family.
I'm bold in Christ. I speak boldly for the kingdom of God. You know, he's a God that delivers. He's a God that set free. He's a forgiving God. He's a loving God. You know, many persons thought that there was no turning around for me. He could do it for you. He could turn it around. He could turn things around. There could be transformation in your life. Just as how God has done for me, he will be able to do it for you.
All right, so now that we got that one out the way, let me see if I can, we're going to go to some scriptures here. We're going to go to some scriptures. We're going to talk about how to rise up, how to elevate spiritually without witchcraft. First and foremost, whether you in the Christian church, whether you in the new age, whether you believe you are God, whether or not you into African spiritualism. Lachia Coleman, thank you for your $10 contribution. We must pray for the warrior speaking the truth. All praises to the Most High, and thank you for contributing. No matter what your religious background is, no matter what etymology or ideology you subscribe to, you need to know that everything that you think you know, you don't know. Let me repeat that. Everything that you think you know about the Most High, about the Word of God, about God Himself, about what the truth is, I need you to understand that you really don't know anything. And this is for those who haven't been in this biblical truth. I'm talking to those who are first timers to this type of content. Not those who know the Bible, not those who have studied, not those who have, built a solid foundation in scripture over the years. I'm talking about those people who are just watching these videos. You don't know anything, all right? Forget everything that you thought you know. And I'm going to show you how to grow and develop from scratch, from square one. All right. First and foremost, allow my computer to pull up what I'm trying to pull up. For some odd reason, I'm experiencing technical difficulties on my end, so please bear with me and be patient. Yes, indeed. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's Corinthians. We're gonna go into the book of Matthew. Y'all bear with me, bear with me. It is moving very, very slowly. Um, Come on, what are you doing here? I don't know if it's my computer or the internet. Maybe because of this rain. Somebody said, Jen Caldwell says, I completely understand what it is, but it's not a game. That's why I understand the leeches and their darkness. I'm going to try to close some tabs here. Thank y'all all for being so very patient with me. What is going on here, y'all? It has to be because it's been raining. It's been raining all day here in Georgia. There's some very bad weather. Okay, let's try that one more time. If not, I'm gonna have to go ahead and paraphrase that one because it looks like I'm shut down altogether. We ain't gonna let the enemy win though. We're not gonna do that. Let's see if I can get it back up. Let's see. I don't want to paraphrase this chapter here. I really go directly to the source and read it verbatim. I'm pretty sure the weather didn't knock my connection out. Good thing I'm using my hotspot for the other device I'm using. Or this stream would have just shut down altogether. Yes, somebody said patience is key. You're right. You're right. Can't allow the enemy to win. Brian Shepard said, my mom is an alcoholic, and when she drinks, demons come out of her. I've been becoming ill around her recently. I just told her off thoughts. You got to pray for her. You got to get them evil spirits on up out of there. And sometimes you just got to condescend to people to the lowest level. All right, so unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like I lost internet connection, but the Bible tells us to study to show thyself approved. I want y'all to go to Matthew chapter 18 when you get a chance. Matthew chapter 18, it really explains the importance of how we got to become childlike in nature. Meaning everything that we think we know, we got to forget it. All right. That's the only chapter is not letting me pull up. Everything else is already saved. But Matthew chapter 18, I would recommend you read that particular chapter. It really shows you the importance of just humbling yourself. Humbling yourself. You got to be humble. You got to become like a child in order for you to receive the knowledge like a sponge. You got to come to the understanding that, like, just like a child, you got to teach a child how to walk. You got to teach a child how to talk. You got to teach a child manners. You got to teach a child everything. When you are first learning this truth, you need to get childlike in mind. You got some people who are just out of control. I had a woman on one of my previous streams say, literally, this is what she said. She said, I just came in this truth, and even I know that polygyny is evil or wrong. Now, that's an oxymoron. This is a woman who said, I just came into the truth, speaking to a teacher who's been in the truth for 10 years. You understand? So, and of course, the Bible doesn't condemn polygyny whatsoever. But for somebody to hop out like that, that means she's not humbled herself and she's not being properly taught. So anybody who comes to my channel to learn this biblical truth, to learn the Bible, I want you to know everything that you thought you knew, you about to take the red pill now. Everything that you thought you knew, you have no idea. You have no clue. Throw it all out the window. You didn't know. You didn't know. You don't know what the Bible says. You got to learn the Bible from scratch.
To hell with your pastor said. The pastor, he's too busy eating pork chop, shrimp, crab, and lobster and stealing people's money. He too busy tricking off on prostitutes. He too busy throwing that damn collection plate money in a damn strip club. He don't know the Bible. He not up in that word. All right? So, that's first and foremost. Now let's go into how we're going to rise up spiritually. Spiritually. Now, we got to understand the importance of two things. It's two things. Some of y'all know it. Let me see if y'all can guess the two ways, because we're going to get interactive with this. I want to see if y'all can guess the two ways that you rise spiritually. It's two ways that you rise spiritually without witchcraft. No witchcraft. If somebody in here say burning sage, if somebody in here say, hey, Rodney Page, thank you for the $50 donation via Cashapp. Highly appreciate. Oh, somebody got it. Tavon Austin got it. Fasting, prayer. Fasting, prayer. Fasting, prayer. Fasting, prayer. Fasting, prayer. That's it. Yeah, buddy. How you get where you got, man? How you rise up, man? How you cop that? Man, how you becoming successful mentally, physically, spiritually, man? Oh, I fast, bro. I pray, bro. I deny the flesh. See, listen. When we were talking about the celestial realm, right? James, thank you for your $50 contribution via Cash App. Highly appreciated, brother. Thank you. Blessings to you and your family. Listen, we're going to get into the importance of fasting, but when I was speaking in regards to the celestial and terrestrial realm, you got to understand that your flesh is corruptible, right? It's living, it's breathing, it's corruptible. It can be tainted. It can be rotten to the core. With fasting, right? When one goes on a fast, when you decide to deny your body of sustenance, when you decide to deny your body of food, right? When you purge your flesh, you literally begin to die. Yes, your flesh begins to die, because if you're not eating, if you're not feeding your flesh, you're dying physically. And I mean that in the physical realm. You're dying physically. That means your spirit is igniting. Your spirit is coming alive. Your flesh is dying, but your spirit is coming to life. So when you have the desire to be more spiritual, because that desire is there. It's an innate desire. We all feel it. People from the 12 tribes of Israel, 12 tribes, one nation. When we feel that desire, man, I got to be closer to God. I'm not feeling right. Look, the matters of this world is weighing me down. I feel like I'm being too carnal. I just can't find peace and solitude right now because I'm thinking about how to pay this bill. I'm thinking about how to pay that bill. I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat tomorrow, what I'm going to eat tonight, what kind of clothes I'm going to wear. I'm thinking about all the things of this world. Anytime you want to escape and think of things more on a spiritual level, when you want to ignite your conscience, when you really want to switch over to the other side, you purge your flesh. You stop eating. Listen, Americans in general, we eat too damn much. We eat. You got to just shut it down. Shut it down and watch what happens. Let's go to the scriptures. We're going to start with fasting. Then we're going to go to prayer. Let's see. Let's start off and we're going to Isaiah chapter 58. Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. Oh yeah, all you teachers out there, start showing the people their sins. The hell with what these churches are doing. I'm going to tell you where you're going wrong at. I'm gonna tell you when you ain't doing something right. I'm gonna make you feel a little bit pissed off. I'm gonna get in your feelings. All right? When you being insecure, jealous, hateful, full of contempt and malice. We supposed to tell the people when they doing wrong. All right? Because I want somebody to tell me when I'm doing wrong, right? That's love. Anyway, verse 2. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. And a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching to God. So listen, you got people out here daily that seek God. They delight to know his ways as they did righteousness and forsook not the ordinances. So you got people who desire, who truly desire. You got to ask yourself, do you truly desire the Most High? Do you want to be close to your Creator? Me, for one, being a loner, being a man of solitude, I desire to be near my Creator. I need my Creator. I need the presence of him, and I need the presence of the angels. I need them around me. I'm addicted to having the presence of the Lord near me. I need to hear his voice. He gave me, look, listen, to the spiritual realm, to the heavens. They gave me a phone number. I'm dialing it 24/7. I'm there. I'm hitting that button. I'm like, listen, I need to know where to go from here. I'm blowing the line up. You hear me? Omar, thank you for the Cashapp contribution, $5 Cashapp contribution. Thank you. Highly appreciate it. It says, take delight in approaching to the Most High. Verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted? Wherefore have we fasted? Wherefore have we fasted? Stop eating. Have we fasted? Say they, and thou seest not. Wherefore have we afflicted our souls, and takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure, and exact all your labors. Yes, do you afflict your soul to take away no knowledge from your fast? Are you just fasting just to be hungry? No. In that day of your fast, you find pleasure. Find pleasure in the fact that you're about to get closer to the Most High. Find pleasure in all your labors. Enjoy crossing over to the spiritual realm, because when you fast, you become more spiritual. Now watch this. Let's prove it. Verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, and make your voice to be heard of the Most High. If you fasting just to do strife and debate, if you arguing in your fast, if you looking for tension and pressure, and you want to go against people, then listen, you fasting for the wrong damn reasons. Let's talk about it. It says, behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist. If you fast just to fight and debate and argue, ye shall not fast as ye do this day. If you got a whole lot of stuff going on around you, a lot of arguing, a lot of pressure, don't fast. To make your voice to be heard on high. So you got to make sure you at a peaceful place. Don't go into a fast and you're not peaceful. Go into a peaceful place, right? Let's go. It is such a fast that I have chosen. A day of a man to afflict his soul is to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him. Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord? Hold on, somebody, thank you for the $30 contribution, Jamonte Smith, highly appreciate it. Jamonte says, I always tell people we grow spiritually by fasting or safting. He created a terminology there. Safting, secret prayer. Oh man, almsgiving, fasting, and Torah. All these things come with spiritual rewards according to Matthew chapter 5 through 6. Oh man, all praises to the Most High. That brother is crafty with the wordplay. And thank you for your contribution. Thank you. Now let's go. We're going to go down to verse 6. Is not this the fast I have chosen. Oh, wait, the screen just jumped on me. One moment. Patience is a virtue. Okay, what just happened here? All right, here we go. We in Isaiah chapter 58, verse 6, in case you don't know. It says, is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, that ye break every yoke? Now, do you hear how powerful fasting is? Listen to this. Let's read it one more time. Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness? Now, this is how you rise up. You fast to do what? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke, all the chains, all the barriers, all the roadblocks, all the stress, all the tension, all the things that hold you down in life and make you feel lethargic, make you feel stagnated, make you feel lazy, put you through mental and spiritual warfare. All those things that make you feel conviction in your spirit to the point where you can't even move, you can't think, you can't transition to one level to the next. It says it can break every yoke. You fasting. That is the ultimate sacrifice to the Most High when you are purging your flesh. Christ did it for 40 days and 40 nights. When Christ came back, what was he doing, y'all? He was healing the sick. He was cleansing lepers. He was making people who were blind be able to see. Now, it don't get no more powerful than that. You can't get more spiritually elevated than being able to cast demons and spirits out. A lot of people talk like they doing the work. They talk like they godly people. But listen, the Most High's men in particular, we should be removing spirits out of people. It's time, listen, it's time for us to really make it to the next level where we are removing spirits from people. And being grown men, we're not complaining about the demons around us, but we're slaying those demons. You understand? But we have to get disciplined. We got to get disciplined with our flesh. You understand? Now let's continue. Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? It is not to deal thy bread to the hungry. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry? It's questioning all of this. Listen, all of these things are supposed to happen when you spiritually elevate. You're supposed to be able to provide for the sick, provide for the hungry. And thou bring the poor that are cast out of thy house. When thou seest thy naked, to cover him. You should be able to provide for those who are less fortunate. This is really spiritually elevated. And thou hide thyself from thy own flesh. Then shall the light break forth in as thy moving, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall be before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. Listen to what this says. This is what fasting does. Then the light shall break forth in the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily. Listen, when you begin to fast for days at a time, it helps. Listen, it keeps you vibrant. It helps your health. Contrary to popular belief, what this American media taught you, that if you don't eat 5, 6, 7 damn times a day, that you dying. I'm hungry. I'm starving. You always talk about, I'm starving. Do you know what starving is? Starving is kids in Bolivia with the bloated stomachs that's full of air. That's starving. When you give your digestive system a break, which is, by the way, the hardest working organ in the human body, would be your digestive system. It's the hardest working organ in the human body. When you give it a break, your health begins to get expeditiously better, inordinately better. Your colon begins to work properly. Coleman, thank you for the $5 contribution via Cash App. And Naturally Yours, thank you for the $5 super chat. Naturally Yours says, I need to start praying and fasting. The forces are trying to take me down. So much going for me, yet agents of the enemy continuously come my way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fasting does a lot, and it does more than just health. It breaks every yoke according to the scriptures. Listen, your digestive system needs a break. We are not supposed to be eating all day, every day. We're not allowing our bodies to push out the toxins. All right? Now, the Bible tells you that when you begin to fast, it will spring forth your health speedily, and it does. It'll spring forth good health speedily, and it does. Listen, I don't know if y'all caught my video on the on my new health and fitness journey. But ladies and gentlemen, I started off at 180. Already, I'm at 173. Already, all praises to the Most High. I told you I was going to 165. I'm already at 173, and it's just been a week. In 1 week. And I'm putting together a whole lot of content regarding fasting. I'm recording stuff behind the scenes, and then eventually I'm gonna put it all out. I may even start a channel, my fitness change. I'm 6 feet. I weigh 173 and I'm 6 feet. I started off at 180, and that was last week when I did the video telling y'all what I was doing. So, and I know I feel healthier. I got way more energy. I'm talking about way more energy. I'm getting a lot more done. It spring forth good health, and I'm practicing something called intermittent fasting. All right, intermittent fasting is when you have an eating window throughout the day. All right, intermittent fasting is when you eat in your window. Basically, you can have a 4-hour eating window, a 6-hour eating window, and an 8-hour eating window, or you could just eat one meal a day around the same time. And basically, it condenses all your calories into a shorter amount of time instead of you just eating all day. And it's very healthy for you because you give your body more time to burn fat, because your body is going to work on your stored energy. Fat is nothing but stored energy. Fat is not, that's all it is. When you see a person that is morbidly obese, that means they have a lot of energy on their body that they're not burning off. Now, if you're not eating all day, you give your body more time to go into those fat storages and burn it. All right. So when the Bible sit here and tell you that fasting will spring forth good health, it's just a fact. I'm telling you right now, you'll have more energy. Everything will be functioning properly, and you can get rid of a lot of health problems that people have. Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things of that nature will be a thing of the past. Some people have even been recorded of healing their bodies or curing themselves of these diseases just by fasting. Could you imagine Dr. Sebi being around right now with all that's going on in the world with this pandemic? Could you imagine Dr. Sebi being around? Come on, man. It wouldn't have stood a chance. So fasting is important. All right, let's go here. It says, then shall the light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. So here come prayer. So when you fast and pray, and you combine the two, it says, then thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Because when you fasted, and you come to the Lord with a sacrifice, and you like, Lord, listen, Lord, I'm here. I'm all emptied out. I bring my body to you, tired, hungry, fatigued, hurt. I sacrifice this all to you, Lord. I come to you and I pray. I pray that you help me in my life, whatever your prayer is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you whatever it is. Keep it all secret. Whatever you pray to the Lord, keep it to yourself. Pray in secret, fast in secret, and the Lord will he will reward you in the open. You fast in secret, pray in secret, and in the open, all people see is you rising. All people see is you being successful. All people see is you accomplishing the goals that you set forth to do. And the demons that's around you, oh, they're gonna hate it. Every time you level up, every time you elevate, every time you take a step forward in the right direction, oh, they hate it. They burn it up inside because they can't figure it out. They can't figure out why is this person rising? Why in this day and age when we in panic, we in discord, we in disarray, we in moral degradation, we going through hell and back twice. We got all this pressure on us. Why is this person so calm, cool, and collected? Why is this person continuing to elevate time after time after time after time again? Everything they touch it tends to turn into gold. What's going on with that person? That person is anointed by the Most High because they're obedient. They're purging the flesh. They discipline themselves. They're not going against the grain. They're reading the Word of God. They're sparing no punches. They're willing to be punished and they're willing to be persecuted for the Lord's name's sake. They're willing to lose a gig. They're willing to lose a friend. They're willing to lose a family member, all for the Lord's name's sake. And they're willing to purge their flesh and give themselves as a sacrifice to the Lord when they come to him asking for prayers. Verse 9, then shall thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, here I am. If thou take away from the midst of the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity. Yeah, you got to put forth, you got to fast of your tongue. It says speaking vanity. You got to stop speaking about the things of this world all the time. You got to have balance. Sometimes you got to speak spiritual things into existence. Sometimes you got to stop putting forth your finger at everything you see. I want that. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. No. Cleanse yourself. Verse 10. And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, if thou dry out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall the light rise in obscurity and the darkness as the noonday. And the Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in a drought and make fatten thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose water fail not. And they shall be of thee, shall build the old and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to well in. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing my pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the real holy day, which is Saturday, the holy day of the Lord honorable, and shall honor him, and not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasures, nor speaking thy own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken. That's how you rise spiritually, without witchcraft. That's how you rise spiritually without witchcraft. To hell with these spiritual esoteric believers. To hell with all these unhonorable practices that don't bring forth no life. To hell with all these inanimate objects and this idolatry. The Bible tells us time and time again to avoid diviners, to avoid magicians, to avoid observers of time, to avoid witches, warlocks, sorcerers, And how is it that us being godly people, we can't seem to separate what's the Most High and what's going on with these spiritual leaders? To hell with the conscious community. Said very eloquent by DJ Taddick, just a messenger. Yes, Anel says polygyny is actually polygyny. She says polygamy is building a community of like-minded people. Absolutely, but the terminology you're looking for is polygyny. Polygamy is when a man and a woman are basically dealing with various partners. All right. Polygyny is when a man has multiple wives. Polygamy is just utter madness and chaos. That's what people are really doing nowadays. People are literally secretly committing what we call polygamy. They're just doing it behind the scenes. You live in a society that claims to be of monogamy, but you have all these children out of wedlock. You have all these people having one night stands. You have all these people with all these inordinate affections and all these evil sexual desires. You got all hell breaking loose in a society that claims that it's monogamous. You got all this divorce going on. So polygyny is a practice done biblically. It was done by our forefathers. And it's nothing wrong with polygyny whatsoever. Sour Diesel says polygyny is the most common and accepted form of polygamy, entailing the marriage of a man with several women. I'm not sure what you meant by that. It's a difference between polygyny and polygamy, so I don't get what you're saying. And I have a very, very great lesson on polygyny that I did yesterday. It's on my Patreon. It's my last video I posted on Patreon. If you want biblical details on polygyny, you go over there and you have to follow me on Patreon. All right? Because I'm not going to continue doing that topic. And in fact, you can actually go back on this channel. I know a lot of people these days don't go look at old videos. When they go subscribe to someone, they don't go look at the old videos. But I have older videos speaking on polygyny from a biblical perspective, in case you don't know. All right? Because we're not going to get into a whole lesson on that. Somebody said fasting going to affect working out a little. It affected me in a good way. It affected me a lot in a good way. But, you know, everybody is different. Everybody's body reacts to things different. But when I have less food in my body, I work out better. I work out longer. I have more energy. The less I eat. Whereas, so the more I eat, the more I don't want to work out. Donna says, I always look at the older videos. That's what's up. Somebody said fasting will make you see signs from the Most High. Absolutely, it will. Den says, ever since I subscribed from you, I learned a lot from you. All praises to the Most High. Absolutely. Nick Morales says, calisthenics, king. That's what's up. I love calisthenics, push-ups, crunches. I also got some weights too. Dumbbells. That's all you need. Man, I'm not into it too much, man. All I need is boxing. All I need is a punching bag. Tell you, all I need is a punching bag, push-ups, some 40-pound dumbbells. Actually, the dumbbells that you can adjust. Actually, my dumbbells right back there. Some 35, 40-pound dumbbells, a punching bag, and push-ups. That's all I really need. Somebody said a 40-pound vest. I never thought about that. Somebody said, what about a sexual fast? Yeah, the Bible speaks in regards to that too. I got plenty of videos speaking on semen retention, No fap, celibacy, abstinence, all that. Somebody said, by the way, your song Warlord is nice. That's what's up. All praises to the Most High. I should start playing a track on the way out. What y'all think? Y'all think I should start playing songs on the way out and the way in? What y'all thinking? Somebody said, please ask y'all for y'all specific fast. Yeah, I'm not here to tell anybody how to fast. Somebody said, yep, I've been slapping that Warlord. Yeah, man, that Warlord at 11K, man. If y'all like my music page, go over there and subscribe. Yeah, Courtney says, I like Round the Globe. Hey, Courtney, between you and I, Round the Globe, that's my favorite. Between you and I, that's my favorite. And the rest of y'all. KK Love, she said fire. Yeah, Shy Blood Before Dishonor. Go subscribe to her as well. Follow her on Instagram. She got some fire music as well. Shy Blood Before Dishonor. Yeah, somebody said you really nice on the rap. Man, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. This room that I'm in, James, thank you for your $100 contribution via Cash App. Highly appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Salute to you, family. Blessings to you and yours. But yeah, man, this room right here, when I put it together, when I put this room together, I'm going to show y'all how to make the most basic studio from your house. Like the basic, like the most basic professional music recording studio. I'm gonna show you everything I get, everything I'm setting up, and I'm gonna get some new equipment because I want the sound quality to be top notch. I know y'all been bearing with me. I've been learning how to produce myself, so some of my songs sound better than others because I'm learning. I like to do everything myself. So all the music y'all hear on New Breed Music and Motivation, I produced it all. Like I produced it myself. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do what I do on music and New Breed Music and Motivation. I'm gonna show y'all my studio setup. I'm gonna show you what equipment I use. I'm gonna show you what platform I use. All on New Breed Music and Motivation. So if you're not subscribed and you're a musician or you someone who's just interested, then just go over there and subscribe. Somebody said Paradigm. That's the jump. That's what's up. I would play a track for y'all this evening, but I can't because I'm experiencing technical difficulties with my internet. I just moved in, so I'm gonna get this issue situated. It may be just my computer. I may just need to restart it. What about collabs? Yeah, email me at kingbreed404@gmail.com. Shout out to ATL Top Dre, because that's the brother who produces a lot of my instrumentals. So shout out to him. You can follow him on Instagram. That's ATL Top Dre. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to have exclusive content, the link to my Patreon is in the description box. Also, follow me on Instagram at NewBreed404. I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming through, showing y'all support. Hopefully, y'all learn from this particular stream. Share this video. Thank each and every one of y'all. With that being said, shalom and peace.